Hello, hello. Could you imagine there being anybody late? There might be. There might be. In which case, or maybe they're scuttling really quickly to their computer from the other side of a huge room. In which case, they'll need a song. What need? Drawn, creviced, floppy, elephant-faced, crinkled old faces. Hey, Jamie, hey. Corpuscle colossum. Look, hello, Rocky, Missy. Sorry, I was stuffing my face on waffles. Ho ho ho. Waffles, fresh waffles. Of course, we're being nice. We love everyone here. Yes, what a lovely. It's very, very touched by how fantastic this community is. Tradespotting, who are you calling old? You, cockroach treasure. You old, moany old person. You smell like an old person. You move like an old person. Come at me. Only joking. Me, I'm old. Old in the bones. Hey, brother, what kind of lights do you have going in the background? I have... Oh, that bottom camera's wrong. Whoop. Change that. I have... Down here I have a Philips Hue light bar thing shining on a wee blackboard that says links below. And here in front of this hand I have a spotlight that shines on my face. And then in the background I have some Aurora thing. I don't know what it is. Some Aurora projection thing. With other Philips Hue bars around which go crazy when stuff like this happens. Whoa. Whoa. And then there's a Wheel of Doom over in another area. It's not very far away. Scary close, in fact, when I notice this off the kilter like it is. Woohoo! So it's like Philips Hue things. Philips Hue things. It's like the Philips Hue things. Yes, there's a cocoa there in the background. See the cocoa? There's a cocoa. And then up in the top left here, you can see the monitors I've got up with the stream running and the charts open. And the chat box open, and the things that makes those things go burr, lights and everything else. Then in here you can see there's a little, you can't see where I'm running my cursor, but there's a little printer fax machine at the bottom. Thanks, take me through. And then above here in the corner you can see Rocky, Puppet Rocky, who's obviously keeping an eye on things for me, along with Coco, with his Coco with her banana, and Banana Freeze, which has got a banana fresh. It holds bananas in there. I put them in approximately a week ago. I'm going to take them out for splushing and see if they're as fresh as the bag promised me when I've got it. If anyone missed the Sarah on Rocky's show this morning, y'all need to go back and watch. Yes, Sarah is brilliant. It's such a good time. It's great to have her on the show. Where she is there too. Bula, we can't. There she is. She's great. Always makes me smile. Brilliant having her on earlier. Great seeing her. Not here on Rocky's show. Check it out. I missed all but the first few minutes. Lisa. Coco's away. Yo. Right, there goes the bing bong. That's quite nice. I like that. And there's the greenness going crazy. Some Aurora thing is probably that stuff you're talking about. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not got a thing written on it or that. I'll try and figure it out, though, if you're interested in that thing. Try and figure it out. What is it, Coco? We went for a walk earlier, and it was okay for 10 seconds, and then the hailstones went crazy. But we'd already managed to make it to the area where Coco mostly prefers to do her gardening. This show makes the like button go, yeah! Oh yeah, the like button. And then, as you can see... Oh, wow. Oh, a 2. Lucky us. That must mean it's Wednesday. So price action on a Wednesday. I was going to copy this. Whoop, that's me jumping around with the cicadas. Why do they always do that? TV shows nowadays. Say cicadas. We don't have an emotional connection with the audience. Just say this word. Put it in a nice emotional scene. It'll work. That's a normal sized banana, right, Tradespotting? Yes. That's a normal sized banana. This is a huge fridge. You know those, we call them American fridges, this thing. Goes like in a gap in the wall, and I don't know why we call them that. But that's it. And yeah, this is a fence. Here, this is a fence. And here we are here on Tabletop Mountain. Bear it back, my lady is almost done with her show, lol. Lethal Weapon TV series, decent. There's a TV series called Lethal Weapon, is there? So yes, we were going to copy that, yes. And then we're going to go back to the charts. Hi Coco, I sense you are there somewhere. And I'm going to paste it. There it is pasted. Pasted. Meow. Meow. What's up, Coco? And I'll give it some extra height. Well, that's all you're getting. Right, so as we can see, everything's there. Hi, everybody. This is the chart. This is the AMC chart. As you can see, from your low to your high, most recent low to high, prices went up 55% and subsequently have retraced of that move already 60% plus. Hello, Jamie. Weather shite, and your form is positive. You keep me sane. Yo, Paul. Great to see you. Yeah, we went out for 10 seconds earlier. Coco and I, and hailstones were going crazy. Coco jumped under a bench and then was like, nah, I'm not staying here until it stops. And I was like, that's all good for you, but it's just no human space there, Coco. Not that you'd move over and give me an inch. So that was it. I was like, okay, great. I'll just wait, Just wait for you. Freaking... There goes the phone. That gives me a hint where it is. I lost it. Sugar. There's echo in here. I'll never find it. Thank you very much, Paul. So yes, we already made a retracement in the EC of 61.8%, but we went up 55 since the low. So we've only lost 60% of that particular move. Difference here, which I feel compelled to point out on GME, despite the fact that both of these charts look very similar, and you can stretch them out and squish them, and you can make them look completely the same. There's also a difference in that, and some people, I'm covering bases here because people will say, yeah, but blah, 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 right? And we checked it was 55%. And here the rise up, right? Low to the high is 54.27%, right? So, you can split hairs. And then the retracement so far is 38%, right? So we've given up approximately half of what we've given up on the AMC move. I am completely insane, or is this my banana hat on your trading view? Am I completely insane, or is that my banana hat on your trading view? Banana hat, trading view. My banana hat on trading view. Hey, Bulldog, why am I so squished? I've not got a head. There's an important question. I've not got a head, Bulldog. Why is that? I can't say whether you're insane or not, Bulldog. I don't know what the question means. But I can speak from other experience if you want. But I suspect you don't really want to know if you're insane or not. You know you are. You want to know if it's your hat, your banana hat. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I want a banana hat immediately. That's what I want. In the top right-hand corner. Top right-hand corner. Here? Yes, this is my banana hat, Bulldog. Hey, apes! Hi, everybody. Hugs, everybody. I don't know what's going on. You're perfectly coherent and makes sense and intelligible. So it must be me, in which case I'm going crazy. You don't need to worry. I'm going crazy. So, no problem. I'm a tadpole, not a chimp ape monkey. That's quite clear. Speaking about definitive statements, were we speaking about them? No, we were saying that there's a lot of degree of ambiguity and things can be made to look the same. Back tadpoles and apes, not very much. Back after the show ended and she out of 10 seconds of commercials, Lamau. Only 10 seconds. You're a bit stingy. Me, Tradespotting out here, slogging away over some hot charts. I hope you got your room clean. Why don't you understand it's a banana hat? Yeah, why don't you understand it's a banana hat? What's not to understand? I understand. I'm a trainee Slayer of Doom. Excellent. We have many apprenticeships. This is essentially what the job is. So anybody who gets it, you're going to have to teach somebody else. Passing on the knowledge. Kaizen as well, right? Total quality control at all levels. I am a trainee Slayer. We read that message, Tradespotting. Tradespotter. It's that Tradespotting guy, said somebody at the start. Yes, that's the Tradespotting chap. It's him. Price is 38% retrace on GME today. Price action today. I think you've fallen. What did we say it was? Well, we didn't say. From your high of the day to your low, it's approximately 7%. And then 22, was it, from the... I already know it's 38, but there's Was it 14 here? We've gone back to the 382. 236. 382. So 113 spot 45 is that horizontal, which is just below price action at 114 spot 87. So price action still not broke that horizontal, though there would be a question mark about this upward sloping diagonal, and specifically on smaller time frames. People might think, hey, that's not legit. And I'd say, yeah, well, I mean, on smaller time frames, the line itself is a bit not legit, is it? It's more like, shut up, we're on the lower term time frames. I'm not particularly interested in your silly diagonal lines. Friends, I'm about to get RSI meaning thanks to Rocky and Jamie's course. Good one. Yes, it's about to click. It's about to happen. Guys, whoa, stand back. Da-da-da-da. I seen this dude once that said he saw this other dude that's a trade looking guy. Wow. You should have got his details. I read it, Merrick. It's too late. So gone. It's coming, but it's read. It's happened. It's all out there. Pay it forward to Sarah. She's always doing with a pleasant smile and excellent attitude. Fair, friendly. When trend bend. Yes, when will the trend bend? We need you to bend more, trend. And then break. I think, therefore, I twend. Right, so price action. It's holding this horizontal. It's not got anywhere near it yet. It's actually quite near it, but it's not come close to it enough to say it's near it. It's not near it. It's be another $6 off, which is a percent, right? It's a percentage worth considering what we did today already from our high to our low. And that continuation of a downtrend would suggest prices come back sub 100. So that'd be a train station along the way. Question is, are we stopping there? I mean, who's taking the timetable? Have you taken the timetable? I don't know. We're going to click Timmy. You know, we don't particularly care about one station. You know, they're all little village stations anyway. I like them, right? Like them. But we're going to be storming through them. And I realized that after today's dip, GME had spoke about. Jamie had spoke about it. Oh no, that means it's going to happen. I learned from Rocky that trend is your friend until the end of the trend if it bends. Oh, that's good, it's bending. That's good if it's bending for you. Bend over backwards like I do for you. The TA course is the best exit strategy ever. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the fucking self-empower. It's like, you know, there's a lot of things in there, you know. Don't underestimate it. Not that you're doing that. And anyone who might, you know, that's not a threat. It's not a threat. No one's coming around knocking on. There is a van just around the corner, though. You know, this Tadpole Games, it was a heavy capital investment, which led to a series of recurring fees that I'm contractually obliged to and feel like I must get the most out of, right? And as such, the van's still parked in the corner, and just don't mess about, right? Don't mess about. Rocky outcrop. Do tulips grow in rocky outcrops? Who's the gardener? Is Coco doing the gardening? In which case, which kind of tulips are they? Hello, everybody. Coco, you're back on the computer again. How you doing? You love it up there, don't we, Coco? I knew there was a reason I liked you, because it's cool as effing hell, crazy. So I went to, a dingo ate my chair. I had all the answers, and then a dingo ate my chair. Weezer, bing bong, bing bong. It was a dingo. You know, it was. You know, it was. I swear it was. A dingo fell down the back of my piano eating the chair. Weezer, what the fuck, sweet? Yeah, Weezer. Where is he? Anyone seen him? That's a good point, right? And it's one of the things that I'm so proud of this community is that you take care of each other and that. And nobody has yet found Weezer. So if you see him anywhere else on the internet, on any other chat box, anywhere else, talking about anything, or anywhere, say, yo, Tradespotting's worried about you. And so is most of the people in that community. They haven't seen you in ages. Where are you? So that's an important message to everybody. Has anyone seen Weezer? Nobody's seen him yet. AMC running soon. Running. Soon and running. Well, I think we should look at the next, too high to get over, to look at under, scaring all the paper handle levels below first, where we'll likely get to. But then I expect it would be a bing bong, not too distant future. But then, when the time comes, for whom does the bing bong? For whom does the bing bong? Me! Right, so price action here on GME hasn't yet got back to golden pocket, though we have broke through 236. So perhaps that's where we're headed. And that comes in at around $97, which we all know isn't just, you might be asking me, what's the time, right? And I'm telling you, well, it's not about the time specifically. It's the other part of the timetable that says we're going to Station Timmy at some stage of the journey. I'm coming, full disclosure, I will probably be late for my own funeral, but I will be there. Will be there. Oh, that's nice. Well, I don't know where it is, and I don't know, what I mean, can you schedule it? Like, I mean, if you plan it long enough in advance, it's still possible. It's possible. And then I can plan it too. So that's something to look forward to. Bulldog Buchanan, you saying you aren't even breathing hard. What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? 2 TA doesn't work. I know, it's like that since TNA is now my only world outlook. Well, there's the other, these two. I think Brad and Mizzy, there's something there. My friend talked me into getting a call last week. Okay. Yeah, okay. I won't do that again. Yes. Don't let your friend talk you into things. Shares are the way. They're definitely the way if price action is going against you and you're losing exponentially on your instrument. I am embarrassed and ashamed of myself. Don't be. There's value in every lesson. Not just that obvious takeaway that yourself thinks that perhaps the way in which you find your information and the decisions you make, both like on where that information comes from and how much faith you put in yourself and the instrument you trade, there's just 3 big lessons. And then, if you want to talk about those particular trades, there'll be lessons on the charts. And then those lessons, once you've seen them and you total up against how much it cost you in dollars, right? I mean, that has a direct correlation to how deep and how long that lesson will benefit you. So it is not necessarily wasted in that sense, though. It wasn't the market's fault, any of those decisions that happened, nor was it your friend's fault. It was unfortunately your own, though I like to see you saying personal responsibility and already trying to do things in a way that might not cost you as much. It's nice to see. Positive. A lot of people will be like, nah. But I'm sure you are. Every dollar smarts on a trade that goes against you. So, yes. Especially if you're not used to options. Thank you, Jamie, for your words of encouragement. Oh, I hope they were. I got a sentence to myself when I was listening to myself there. I was like, yo, Tradespotting, but that's not very nice. But then maybe if you felt like it was, I'm glad. I did learn lessons and it will make a difference in the future. Awesome. Well, you can look back on them, and remember yourself. Remember yourself? Well, that helps, but remind yourself too. Rancher, that wouldn't help anyway. That won't help. What won't help? Rancher, what have you done now? Sarah, I would, but I couldn't make myself work much today. Oh, I know those days. And tomorrow will be a full Labor Day. Oh my goodness. Labor Day. Is that another holiday? Damn it. Prizes incoming. Who said that? I heard something there. It might have just been the wind. Right, so, there's lots of other things I could measure. But let's look at the momentum, trend, and the degree of volatility within that, right? Let's look at that and suggest what's coming. A corner. Ryan Zalkowski. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome. So, price action, as we've been chatting about, whoa, quite fun actually, we've had a great time talking about it so far, has perhaps been turning around, coming back for Timmy time. Timmy time, got the timetable in train station Timmy. There might be all the little village stations along the way. They're all very much one side of the track, right? One side of the track, train station. Bridge over, go off, do business. They've only got like cover on this side. People would have to like know the train. We're not going to slow down. We can't be bothered, right? The whole slowing down, speeding up again. No thanks, right? I mean, you can do if you want, but I don't know, right? I don't know, especially not right here at like 114 and that. I think that likely would go down to 109, 111, maybe below a little bit. You know, Ryan knows these also. You don't remember Ryan, you big idiots. It's Timmy time. It's Timmy time. Oh my God, I feel a song coming on. We've already had a song though. Oh my goodness, I feel one coming on anyway. So, price action on GME, yes. So that was what we were talking about. And we were talking about this, right? So we're looking at RSI here. And we're on a daily time frame. And as Chris pointed out yesterday, we've gone below the center line there. That's not great, right? It's not great. It's probably what you might call shit. That's what it would be like. This would be like. Whereas we've also lost our own moving average, right? That's like not great. Then the signal line is above the MACD. The MACD line is above the signal line. That's great. But like it's a long time ago those crossed, and that cross didn't turn into all of the signals that lead to a positive move and might suggest a continuation within the momentum. Instead, that seemed to peter out. The cross didn't take both the MACD and center line above center line, and if now they get just up there and uncross while price action sells below the 200 period moving average and RSI is below the center line and lost its own moving average, you might think to yourself, that's a bit shit, man. And I'd be like, well, yeah, this is a bit shit, man. It is. You've had the negative trend here come up, test the positive trend. Haven't had any strength in that test at the minute, though price action hasn't really been called upon to demonstrate any strength as we haven't met an important horizontal level, despite going through diagonals, which tends to get people a little bit excited on the smaller time frames. And here we are on those smaller time frames. Let's take a look deep inside the charts. These moody, but not in a negative way, more in a seasonal sense, candlesticks. And we see that they seem to be quite stubborn in their persistent trend, despite the fact that it is principled. We do see a degree of pragmatism here. And yes, so at this little area, what happened was all the candles were like, no, no, no. And then they moved up again. And then up here, they were like, no, no, no. And so maybe, right, they'll come back here and say, what will they say when they get back? I drink some liqueur. Cheers, drink liqueur. Well, wish I had some liqueur. Atmospheric candlesticks. It's just so it's like, gotta get a weather gauge. Time to sleep on Saturday. Is there? I don't think that would be a little bit unusual. No, there'll be course content to be put up. There'll be work to be done on Unreasonable Land. There'll be all the stuff that YouTube yaps at me about during the week. I'll have to get around to doing all of these. Like, oh, you played this song, Tradespotting. What do you think you were doing? And then I have to tell them that I bought the song, and then they have to say, we don't believe you. And then I have to appeal a decision and do all those things, which is not actually difficult, but there's lots of boxes because they play lots of songs. Bulldog Buchanan, because we're the best about the Beastie Boys. Oh, I could put that on, but I get in trouble. More power to you. More power to you, Adele. Saturday too. Plus, that's just those things. There's like real world as well. Renegade Red Squirrel. When I say real world, like the Collector of Shadows was timed out. Yeah, probably deserved that. I used to live in Brooklyn. Lost under reference. Billy Buchanan was timed out. Oh, wow, this place is brutal. What? Do you also live in Brooklyn? That's nice. I like that part of town. like all of that part of the world. In fact, so that's good, man. Well, my horizons are huge, like every part of the universe. Those Beastie Boys. We can't put on a Beastie Boys, all right, to get in trouble. So we got down to 4 hour time frame. So I can look it up and see about it. We'll see what happens with that front. And then we got down to this when we're talking about this horizontal, no, diagonal. The horizontal is not broken. This is in around 909. The diagonal, right? You've broken horizontal here around 116. On that, it's like what we said yesterday was, a bit of a liquidity zone, might be down 114, whatever. That's where price action is at post market now. 114 is about 0.1, and to expect price, we didn't have the open back above 121, which you needed to put in the preceded, then yesterday's candle close, which would be today's preceding candle. To be that and form part of a positive candlestick formation, you would have needed to open at 121, and that didn't happen. We got opened at 118, was it? Where was it? We stretched up to 123. 26. This is a 4 hour, so it's like back here now. 23, where did we open it? 120. Nope. Well, it was approximately around those levels. It was around those levels, but we did not see any strength in that opening range. Boom, then retraces. First 4 hour candle negative, and with a wick to the bottom, breaking the horizontal level that we put in previously. Continuation in that trend. We spoke about how these highs were divergent. You were likely going to get a test. Those tests, which you would typically define as some boundaries to give you an idea of where your trades might go, they're all above you already because we're in a negative trend and haven't managed to turn that around on the 4 hour time frame. So that means back to horizontals or potentially, but perhaps extensions. And you'd be looking in at your indicators and saying, well, where, which, when, what? And we see on the show here is often a window into the momentum. Right, because whatever, right? This is the way I like to do it. It's a really brilliant, sexy way of doing it to you. So, also, it's really good and accurate. It's so good and it's robust and it's brilliant. And you can learn to do it yourself. And there's a course and the links in the description. It's a brilliant idea. Just definitely do it. So, price action itself, not terrible. Momentums, everything's a piece of shit everywhere else. 1 hour time frame, we're in the bearish control zone already. You've got what is building up for a now big test of negative momentum, and you've got that negative trend, won that fight, and ADX now it's not got anywhere but up really to come. We've got a tiny little bit down, which will give you indications that the trend really, there is no interest in supporting price action here. I will refer to the course as 60TA from now on. Nice. It's also not gender specific and whatnot, so it's totally PC. It's PC, and very confident about itself. The course is super confident outward thing, so it appreciates it. I mean, it really such a nice positive thing to do. Thanks, Brad. Really all around. And there's a link below. My goodness. Oh my goodness. So we've been talking about price up, and unfortunately we have to because VAC thing. So that'll be happening soon. So there's with it being anything to do with me and whatnot, bear that into your considerations if you are making such considerations. So you could draw loads of different lines on this thing. I've already done that one, and it was support, and then previously, right, 1, 2, 3 touches. We wanted to hold it, didn't. Price action at this stage. With the divergence between these two highs, which you can see on the hourly time frame as well now, as the higher time frames. Second right hand side of it. You'll go scratch. Broken through the center line, lost RSI there. Now we find ourselves in the bearish control zone. As I said, this thing's setting up for a bigger test, and the negative trends in ascendancy. So if you get strength at this point, when there is this typical this divergence at this level, the strength that's got any meaning, the trend that has any meaning, is when one at the area where you would make that determination. And now the follow through, when people see what's already happened, because this does give you, like, very, very early signals. And then, like, I mean, this is speaking very clearly about this only know from, I think, from my experience and looking at this thing, what it's been doing, right? What's likely to happen next. And then, well, you've got the RSI saying in a little bit of a guideline, whisper to everybody, all of those sort of things possible with us now slipping into the bearish control zone, the resistance, the support levels, and the trend on price action at the time, consistently downwards from 134. So sometimes the horizontal levels on price action aren't particularly obvious. You can't anticipate them or predict them like a doomslayer, in which case you're probably an apprentice. And in that sense, you'll be looking, as many others are, to the RSI and thinking, is it that I get a slightly clearer picture here on this particular indicator? And will it give me some indication as to where I could find a level of support or resistance, which might help inform me and my thinking, and in particular my trading? That might be what you're looking at. And in which case you'd be like, whoa, so what? Bam, well, bam, bam, wham, bam, bam, boom, bam, and stuff like that. Pow, kapow. Yes, so if I could grab this guy, come on, little guy. There you are. Oh, little guy. You might say, look at that, Jimmy. That's fallen wedges and accumulation pattern. You've drawn them on a number of times in GME, and you've said that leads to the bing bongs, right? And I'd say, right, but there's a totally different picture on price action at the time, and this thing's managed to slip into bearish control zone. I don't think this is necessarily even very straightly the line. It might be down here, in which case you've got a bit to go. Continuation within this zone, and under these conditions, with price action experiencing this particular, this being the circumstances, right, you don't even need this to keep going much lower, just to stay in this area, and price action can go down and down and down, down, down. In which case, this analysis we were talking about down here might be even more relevant. Then go down into 30 minutes and let's see what to put on in your shit. And there's Tradespotting just telling you everything. And yesterday told you everything. Today told you now till the end of the week. Oh, end of the week, yes. Yes, sir. I can boogie. But I need trade solution. I cheated with my other account. You what? What the fucking hell? Oh my god, I need to take a second here. Think about what you've just said. Right, so we're going to crack on with AMC in a second. Deep discounts. What could be better name for a doomslayer who likes really good value long positions? A deep discount doomslayer. That's what it is. Oh, the deep discount doomslayers. Do not go to unreasonable.shop where you overspend your budget and underfill your trolley. Make sure instead, as a deep discount doomslayer, you buy at support and not too quickly, because being early is also very highly correlated with being a fanny. When return of the fanny button? Very soon. Very soon. It's a great news. I'm quite excited. Very, very soon. I can't text all that. Can I break it down? LG. I don't understand. Kapow. So this is, price action. We didn't really focus on it. Maybe it's just a channel. That's the thing, right? Because wedges, they break down, they become channels. That would be a continuation of other trend lines, right? And maybe we do find ourselves destined, and then around these low levels on our side, down at around 25. Do not, under any circumstances, visit unreasonable.land. Yes, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go unreasonable.shop. Don't go any of those places. Just go do the course and learn and be sensible that way. None of these get-rich schemes, these dress up nice, have a better life, wear fashionable clothes, everybody see you and fancy you. None of that stuff, right? It's hard work. Gets you, right, across the line and achieves all your goals. Do the course. You ever see anybody else wearing anything from unreasonable.shop? They's fucking dripping in money, right? Dripping in money. So don't let it, it's an aspirational thing. Ghosts, fudge, unreasonable places. Yes. I read that exactly as it was written. He sent you a hug first. Oh, that's so nice. Right, no parties. Right, that's it. That's it. No parties. Okay, Sarah, right, no parties. Price action itself might turn into a witch. But then you'd still be looking for a channel here, price action. I think it would be, right? You could say it's really accumulation pattern on our side. It's gonna be, you could have done, they touched on that, but I didn't think it's not, right? Don't know. We're on to wait at 20 days and Timmy. So that was it. That was the GME. Oh, no. Pardon me. I went to the other camera. So no cheers. But we did all the tea anyway, and I told you all that stuff. So that's fantastic. So you are all delighted. So what's left? Oh, yes. AMC. Really went away. Ha! Is this a trick? Road dog mechanic. Nope. we're not sloshing or snorkeling. Nope, much less healthy. Squeeze them like the lemons they are. Give them a wee squeezy squeeze. Test them if they're ripe and fresh. Have you got a lemon fridge? If not, I'm not bothered really. Not a big fan of lemons myself. You know, take them ahead of limes though, that's for sure. Mind you, prefer the colour of a lime. Them yellow belly lemons. Blech, blech. Party time? No, Sarah Rivera said no parties. No parties allowed. Rotom mechanic Daily Doom Sloshers. The Daily Doom Sloshers. Doolittle. Dr. Doolittle and the Daily Doom Sloshers. Where? I'm whining. Whining? Massive Ericsson. Massive Ericsson. That is a fantastic hobby. Whining. What if you meet the kind I'm thinking of? Don't forget to blink, Tradespotting. Don't go screen blind. Blink. Blink and no parties, right? This is what I have to remember. Blink. Don't have no parties. Right, so we're on AMC. We're looking at the daily time frame. You can see if we're eating up most of that move up back again. Only have your forehead. Tradespotting, only have your forehead. Only have my forehead. Only have my... You want more of me? Is that not enough? Only half of a Jamie face? You want a whole Jamie face? Just because Sarah is a famous YouTuber now doesn't mean make sure the boss of me. I will party in protest. Oh, Bulldog Buchanan, you're also a famous YouTuber. That's where you get this huge, massive, a corpse of an odorous colon. I've been so busy with work, but here's in spirit and always watching replays and dropping you a like. Thanks. Have you seen the like button? It's beautiful. Everything's going crazy. Look, there it is. There it is. Look, came on in a fax machine. Important message direct to Tradespotting. Been so busy with work. Well, I hope it gets easier for you. And there's been some enjoyment in the work itself. Here in spirit, yes. Well, you're the poet laureate. You can do whatever you like. And always watching replays. Wow. Watching the replays. Always. You're going to be so smart. And dropping a like, that's appreciated. Thank you very much, Mr. Smelly Bumman. There he is. Rocky's got it before me. It's D here. Yo, BB's here. Lisa. Yo, everybody's happy. And we're talking about AMC. That's great. See Tesla down a further 7%. I wonder if I'll be able to get my drawings on Tesla back. That'll be hilarious. Still, the videos are there. So, price action. Oh, stay. That's a great start to a sentence, right? So, price action. Ghost that literally stuck in my head now. Homer's Ghost. No, well, I didn't read it, so it ain't in mine. So, you know, if this comes back to 7 or an 886, even worse. Oh my God, I don't know. Like, I think this is, you know, this is this, you know, you know, the question, it's not me, right? And I'm not even wanting to say it, right? I don't even want to, I'm not going to, right? I'm not going to say the levels, right? I'm not going to say numbers. I'm not going to say dollar values, and I'm not going to ask you direct questions, right? That's not this show. But what are you going to do when AMC gets to $10? Right, that's just what that didn't happen. So what? Trade does spy, and I'm going to give Rocky. I say Rocky. That's maybe one of the perhaps most greatest contrarian calls ever made, and the fact that you supported people trading it the whole way through is perhaps one of the greatest efforts I've ever seen. Holy shit! I just found my phone. Everybody, congratulations! Here's my phone. I could get a picture of the bottom half of my face up on my phone and hold it up like this. Does that work? Does that work? Get your phones in there, everybody, especially the half Jamie face phones. Get them up there, folks. I want to see them half faces. AMC stuck in a channel. Turns the channel. Turns the channel. Don't change the channel. We'll be back right after these short messages. Thanks for sticking with us. Here we have a continuation of the TA on AMC, which suggests that price action on this ticker might come back down and test previous lows. It's had a more aggressive bearish move recently off the back of perhaps an inflection in price action and a test of that downward sloping trend. As you can see, that trend test would be best measured with your downward sloping supply line, which we broke through here with a very positive reaction afterwards. Didn't then manage to break through the horizontal level, and this downward sloping supply line, it's different from the green one that we drew in, obviously had its own touches that validated it. Give me my green line. Give me it. Give me my green line. It's not your line, it's my line. Thank you. It's now a white line, right? So price action is in this. And you're like, Joe, Jamie. And I say, yeah, I know, right? I know. And that's only 2 touches there, right? You're going to take this back up here and be like that, idiots like that. Like they don't have a thing, right? They don't have a thing, right? They don't have a thing, and like they should stop pretending they've got a thing. They only want the bottom line, right? That's what they're looking for, and they need free touches, but they can't find them, so they go back in a totally different range. Stop doing it on the internet. It's annoying. So that's not accurate, right? It's something like that. So price action, this looks like channel suggests particularly if it comes back in here, you'll have continuation. But if it breaks below this downward sloping demand line, which is be the test, right? This would be you'd buy it. It's just in a very bullish scenario that retest would come back at, you know, the previous resistance, which would also like be fantastic. Now you've not got that, and this is a result of the fact that you didn't even really break up that high. Like in terms of this downward trend, currently you've only made a move up to the 236, right? You've only made a move up to the 236, so you've not actually. Jimmy misses the pandemic so much he's hiding the bottom half of his face. Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm okay. So that's what you're looking at, right? The top half of my face. And price action managed to get above the top half of its own face here at the 236, which is, you know, I've managed it. So but it can't get above the back. I've got way above the bottom half of my face. I've only got the top half of my face, whereas this thing, it's not even got a bottom half of a face. Never mind the top half. I'm going to be okay. Is it? How do you know? Sarah is on today. That was brilliant. How can it ever get better? So price action, yeah, come back. So price action, come back, test this previous demand, now supply, previous supply, hopefully demand. That's what I meant to say, but you were paying attention, you'll have known that. And if it doesn't hold it, then I expect it'll come down and test demand line, which is, you know, more akin to being tested for demand than supply lines. When you turn up and you're at the supply line shop and you're like, hello there, and they're like, hello, and you're like, I'd like to buy a test of demand line, please. They're like, you saw the name of the shop? And you say, yes, I saw the name. And they say, and you aren't completely stupid. And you say, not completely. And they say, well, you'll see then that this is indeed a supply. This is a supply line shop, sir. And it's trade only, right? It's trade only. This is an alternative trading system. You'll need a card. It says that you're a tradesman and that you know how to build stocks, and you can come in and we're going to deal with you in our supply line shop. We'll give you all the supply you need, up to and including 140% of the legitimate shares. We can then use various instruments that will extend deadlines so that you can use between 12, 13, 22, 24, 39, even up to and including 120 days of ambiguity to smush your positions. And this is just an exclusive service. I've heard recently that there's other shops that also do these deals, to deal directly with tradesmen like yourselves, or tradeswomen, of course. More and more so, especially with the equal opportunities up there in Scandinavia. And that's such, we try to do the best possible job we can for our customers. So if you ever need to borrow any shares, doesn't matter how many are actually available or utilized. It doesn't matter, right? I know you will have questions, right? But this is a black box. I could open it up and show you, but then I'd go to jail. So instead, what I'll do is, you don't ask any questions. I'll not tell you any lies. And if you really, really, really want, you can buy the company and call it like Schmitzigel Supply Line Schnapps. It's a great analogy. I'm a tradesman and tradesman's. And well, then here you go. There you go. You can shop there. You can. As a high tradesman's worth individual, we'll give you a pass. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. All you need to do is give us a picture of you having sex with a dead pig sometime around your early youth, in which case, we got it, Ryan. You're in the club. This is not a very exclusive club, in fact. So don't worry. You don't have to be, actually intelligent or speak well, or nobody will notice. They just need to be dripping in money. I promise I won't say any more about it. You can say more. It's really okay. You don't have to blink if you don't want to. Oh shit, yeah, blinking. Am I not blinking enough? There's the blinks. I think I've done a number of them. Must be over 100. It's true. Look, sawdust. No, but plenty of people in the Discord that can help with options. Yes, what's the help you need? I can provide you with some help, right? Look, why are you trading options, right? Is it to achieve a particular trade and exploit something you've already seen to be a move you're already aware of, understand, and able to make the best of, and then you want to exploit it to the nth degree using a contract like options, an instrument which will, like options contracts, which will provide you with an exponential return, and then you want to use that to leverage your strength and knowledge in the markets. Is that what's happening? Or are you thinking, well, I really want to achieve these hopes and dreams, and tomorrow's better than next year, and as such, these options look shiny and sexy. That might be a mistake. There's something I can say about options. No, just usually buy stock only, but I've always been intrigued by options. Well, then I'd say the way to look at it is options are a great way to hedge against volatility, and that's been my advice to anyone who understands GME, who's got into options, you've been interested in trading, you're learning a little bit about it, and you want to do more in options. Then I'd advise you, not financial advice, just, for your own mental well-being later on down the line, that it might be sensible to focus on strategies that help you reduce risk rather than those that help you add exponential gain to profits, right? So look at ways to make the most of volatility. You can be right regardless of which way the price goes. If you're good at TA, you can exploit that to be really do really well with those contracts and achieving your hopes and dreams. If one of those is to be a successful and competent trader that can rely on yourself, then start with that and don't let it be compromised by any other method you might choose to achieve them things. That's the other piece of advice. Yo, wow, are you actually working on the treasure hunt? Bulldog, are you actually? Why haven't people got further on yet? Jamie, you absolutely madman. Love your streams, brother. Thank you very much. K. James of S. Nice. Thanks. Look, very nice. That's a good way to look at it. Thanks for the starting point. No problem. So, yeah, volatility hedge. That's a great way to look at it. And then you'll have heard about all of the various strategies perhaps people have been using to try to maximize their position sizes, or other people who are trying to acquire shares cheaply as possible. I only hurt myself. Now I can stop blinking. Oh, it was a voodoo blink. Haha. That's awesome. Thanks. I don't have enough time to watch all the videos, but I'll try to check out a few. Oh, thanks, Jimilis. Thanks very much. Oh, forehead is some great advice. Yes, the forehead doesn't give advice. This mental well-being advice comes up from the mental part of the head, part of the body, of the person. Bulldog Buchanan, please let me know where you found the document. Hawaii. Wow. how am I missing so much of a conversation when it feels like I'm skipping the charts and reading the conversations? So anyway, we said that that AMC was going to drop back 25%. That's a huge amount of percentages. And if you're trading it on options, which we said, that there's a huge exponential opportunity there for people. And it happened. Over a period of a few days, it was a big 25% move that you could perhaps, rely on. And it happened with it in one direction, continuing without anything against it. And as there was huge opportunity, absolutely huge opportunity. So there's these things, and that opportunity and that temptation often tricks people into convincing themselves about the surety of a trade because, they just saw that happen and Tradespotting talk about it and whatnot. But that's not the way it works either. There's a difference between doing this technical analysis like this or watching somebody do this, and then there's a gap there between doing trading yourself, right? There is a gap. And a lot of it comes from taking your lead from the charts. Tradespotting, I truly a treat to enjoy you at a non-hasten speed if ricey is on the menu and others want a plate as well. Take a serving, please, sir. Let me have a quick look at a ricey at the end of the AMC today, which we are in the middle of. Oh my goodness. So daily time frame. Yep, continuation of this trend, test this, potentially test this. We spoke about this. That was quite funny. So not for me to say. So yeah, right, it's the supply line shop, and down here we've got a demand line shop. So there's that to look at, and depending on what happened and what preceded it. At this point, nothing. Right, we didn't even break the 236. So fuck all is the answer, and as such, there was the expression like you can put your house on it, right? Like, I don't think you should ever do that. But people might have said things like that here. You won't be able to say that about holding this, like without it being violated. Let's say you wouldn't, unless you've got a really shit house that you hate, and you'd somehow be better off without it. Then you really want rid of it, then maybe. Does he look and explain Ortex data often? Yeah, well, I've looked at it a number of times, and I explained that they're burning both ends of the candle there at Ortex, and don't trust it for shit. But if you want to look at short interest data, we can do that sort of thing. Or if you want to look at much, much more interesting than short interest, because short interest is derived from open interest, and my career was all based on this, and the initial videos on YouTube all based on open interest, right? And you want to know how to do open interest properly and do truly good, useful, practical, reliable, robust TA based on all those things that can or might be derived from short interest. Then you actually want to focus on open interest. I've got a video on it specifically. It's free, and it'll give you tips on how to look at these sort of bits of data. So here you've got the open. Coco, there you are, Coco. Yeah, open interest here with the chart maturity 25th second. Okay, this is this week. Max paying at $120. Obviously, price action is taking us below there at the minute. See if will. There's the right. There's a fairly obvious trend line going through that, which is the in volume. Bulldog Buchanan vis-a-vis does. The raffle murder. Oh my God, raffle. This is around the corner. What are you talking about? And then this is a very different visualization which shows you where that most of those contracts end up losing money. But the open interest itself is all detailed down here in these charts. And if you pay attention to the volume of transactions and at certain horizontals, and you look at the value of those contracts as with regards to the price of the contract, the implied volatility, and then obviously the stock price, then you can spot opportunities. And then not only opportunities, but where there's people who write option contracts might have left a get out for themselves, and then as you see various ones disappear, Occam's or whatnot, you can put it all together and look at the balance of trades and see, well, where's open interest and what are the tests of horizontal like at the time, and what's the trend overall momentum like, and then also like measure it with like, so for example, here we are looking at AMC. Bam, ba damn, bam, bam, bam. Ha, these colors are cool. Bam. you're looking at something like this, you would see that you were at the top side of this trend. You were even at the odd time pushing outside top Bollinger Band, came back down, basis line, slipping below that. Earnings coming up. Your lower side Bollinger Band is out with the body close of these previous candles, even on the daily time frame. That's pretty, with the continuation of this downtrend, even if it isn't, you would say that price action likely comes down, test this bottom Bollinger Band at 1380 something. You look left and you can see the horizontal levels at 1460 along the way, and that might be one of the places that this thing gets an opportunity for a bottom information. And the anniversaries have started. The lights dimmed, and they dimmed again, and they might keep dim. No, they light it up again. Oh, even I don't know what's going to happen. Dum dum dum. Happy anniversary. Getting up in the screens. If I can't look over in time, I see it. Varidis. Happy anniversary. Tradespotting. You can't read properly. I can't read properly. Charles Mitchell. See? Charles Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell. Thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much. They are exceedingly good Charles Mitchell members. It's a true story. Visit does. Yeah. Best member names ever. Right, I fucking love this shit. Right, so, yes, sillier the better. But maybe not. Maybe we'll get in trouble. I don't think we do. Stephen K. There we are, Stephen. So stop at Tradespotting. Right, so price actions dropped, didn't hold the baseline. I've got 18 period moving average on my euro because it's stuck, right? But, like, I mean, you want to put that to 21. You might want to put that to 21. I don't want it to be 1821. I'm not going back there again. A nightmare that was. Oh, Tradespotting. You've also managed to, like, using its resistance here. Doesn't make a dramatic difference. Yo, Harry Butt Cheeks. It's been a while. Been a minute there. 4 hour time frame AMC. You've slipped below. Like, go back and take a dip more indicators. Tradespotting. You've lost your own. This was pathetic. Bill the Butcher. He's not really a butcher, he's stonemason. He lives in Sheffield. He's famous for what it did with the steel industry, despite the fact that they don't actually have many of the raw materials for steel itself down there. Step our interesting part of the world. Eligible for Super Cash. He is. Harry Butt Cheeks. It's true. Well, a lovely guy Harry Butt Cheeks is. Been a minute. Who knows? Where is he? That wasn't that hard. Rubber down. The Tradespotting brain, yes, check. 1480, 1380. Thank you, Kelly. Van Boxtel. What a, like, boom on a map pick. So it is, if you met her, you would know exactly what it sounds like. So up here is your resistance 20. Would have been good if you got through that, but didn't he? Similar picture here on DMI with trend taking over, and then you'll probably see a degree of distribution. Starting here, see if that picks up and you reach typical levels that this thing does at a low. At that point, price action is already well on its way to the horizontals, and it seems to me that price action could potentially drop back below this low, maybe even below this week. But I truly think that that's an opportunity. But it depends on your horizons, on how long you want to hold things and whatnot, but I do think so. Though, what makes me wonder about that right now, you can consider the AMC TA, it's rather, for a daily update, that's pretty good. Where did I lose? Hello, my lad, where is the jammer? So this is the thing, right? GME, it hasn't yet retraced as much, hasn't given up as much of that positive move yet. And so has further to go before it reaches its previous lows, which means that perhaps it doesn't break them. At least between the two, if one has a chance, it would be more likely this. Though, if you were looking for an indicator between one or the other, which that the other might, right? It might be AMC, and so you would rather neither did. But this is a little bit more of a buffer. That's what I'd be talking about. Oh my god, blue shorts! And Yes, so here you are on the daily time frame on GME. You can see you're holding the basis line on the Bollinger Band, so there's speaks to a tiny difference in trend that we also looked at on other aspects of. And what was the other one? We was going to look at Royce. I've not got it on here. Tradespotting 2 seconds. Hello. Make my own Gatorade. It's what plants crave. Where is it? How do you do this? Why is my brain like this? Why is my brain like this? My brain. Jim Liz, are you in Discord? I am playing catch up on the stream, so don't know what Jamie answered already, but can probably cover most of the questions he misses. Shit, what was the questions? Fuck. Sorry. I'm missing things despite reading the chat all the time. How important is max pain to the market? It seems like AMC always trades around max pain amount. Max pain is a very graphic or illustrative term describing where most people will lose money, which is, and most trades, most stocks that are commonly at the options market is heavily involved in the percentage of transactions. Pardon me. A stock that's heavily traded on the options chain and has a high degree of flow, right? Something that either is very popular with options traders or is potentially being heavily manipulated. You would sense then that max pain's relevant because it's about the derivatives of spot. It's about the all open interests with trades that have yet to be closed going either side of the trade. And as the end of the week approaches, many of those contracts will be expiring, of course, right? So these people that hold these contracts, they know what the price of that asset is. They also know the details of their contract and they know what day of the week it is. And they put all three of these pieces of information together and they say, well, I need to hedge against the potential for me to eat this loss that I'm looking at between now and Friday. And the way to do that would be to open a contract going in a different direction, which would then typically bring that each side of the market closer to max pain. And max pain itself will move a little bit throughout the week to accommodate where the greater interest is, depending on who's losing the most money, and therefore the other side of the trade picking up that interest. But then in a land where long is short and short is long, which is market maker world, there's other implications, but on a very surface level, and I say surface, but it's actually not really, maybe to yourself. But then here we go down, and you're saying the max pain zone itself will move toward one side of the open interest, and that's a typical and natural consequence of the people who control those instruments, taking the risk away, which is what they want to constantly, is what your job is. There as a market maker is to reduce your risk and your exposure to it, while at the same time benefiting from liquidity provision, which is supposed to be by being able to create and exploit a spread. Of course, that's not the way it works. Instead, it's done with maker-taker fees and a complete bastardization of the process, which has perverted the motivations and the processes of those companies that have such a stranglehold on that sub-industry within the finance world. But yeah, that's the way it works, right? Max pain, it's just an illustrative term for an important part of the markets where interest will likely be in terms of future like expiries. So it's relevant to who's going to lose the most money. That's the way that they use the name, because they're the people that are going to be covering on the other side, which then tends to bring the max pain against them, right? So you see, it's not, it's by no means a simple process if things are going against you, especially not in a highly leveraged world. Anyway, so I think that's maybe some answer, right? Certainly, I hope so. Yo, if SPY falls, everything's going to fall, unfortunately. Well, gold's already up near historical resistance, so there's interest in that sense. I think you're right if you're referring to most risk-on assets. Some value assets not as such, not as much. So, like, Rolls Royce, why do I get your American ticker thing in my head so wrong? R-Y, Ricey, and it's all Y, isn't it? No, E. There's an E there. Why is it? There it is. Oh, shit. Oh, gotcha. Just try to escape. So 2.52%. That's relatively large. Candle today. LG for Super Cashy starting my trading journal today. Nice one. There, I said it. Now I have to do it. Good one, man. That's good. Do no and here. What are you going to put in it to start off with? Is it your specific way of doing it already? Oh my god, I've missed the message. I've missed the message that came out on this thing. Brew Lee 631. Does SPY and Tesla price action in after hours give you insight for a bounce drop in irregular hours? Could it potentially mean SPY up and Tesla down? There's some information that you could do that would be slightly contrarian assessment of things. Though, it's true that you could take a short on Tesla and hedge it with some sort of cross-buy trade, fair enough. Squirrel donated 1996. Happy Thursday. Oh, it's in Ethereum. Boom. Yeah. Fuck yeah. The crypto thing's the best. Thanks very much, Squirrel. Thank you very much, Brewley. 2 super stand dudes. Didn't answer the question particularly well, though, Brew. I'll have a look at SPY and Tesla and have a look at Rolls-Royce now. And then I'm not doing it anymore because it's late in the evening. It's Wednesday. It's Thursday here now. I think it will help. What will help? It would help if I just focused on the price action in front of me and got this right. So a negative candle today. High, not too terrible up there. 1.64, low 1.55. That's a common number. I've been hearing that many times. This goes straight on the price action. But straight on the price action. Straight on the old price action there, Tradespotting. Oh, my drawings are off. My drawings are off. Bing. Interesting. McInteresting. So, number of bad murders, but that's very typical of this, right? Is Rolls-Royce holdings in different currency traded on a different exchange. Because they find that convenient, despite how inconvenient it is for you. Sorry. Anyone in DWAC? Sometimes, because it's the pump and dump. So, sometimes. So, you're looking at this, and although there are, if feel free to chat about it, of course, obviously. It's an interesting conversation, that one. So, Ricey, 135. It's holding that level of support. It's holding is not the word. 4-hour time frame. You've reached it. This is starting to roll over. I'd suggest look at indicators in a minute. You've already obviously gone long below the 236 and used it as resistance, horizontal level, and then didn't get much joy from the 382. One test wasn't very good. Then bleh. The whole expect a 50% retracement. No, I mean, you've already been down as far as the bottom golden pocket and come back up with failure here, I suppose. Subsequently, you've gone into what could potentially be a negative formation on this side of things. So the apex on that is not as far away as that suggests. That would have been like you'd be looking at that and hoping for a channel, but I don't suspect that's what's going down these lower highs and that tested well. I mean, right? You could easily see that. You could easily. I wouldn't expect it to be breaking above 176 in the short term, and I would look for it to open and close below 155 on the 4-hour time frame. At which point I would expect a test of around 146, and then at that point you'd have to think to yourself like, check the momentum and whatnot. But is this trend like actually looking for where is the value on this part of the range? And like that's only 2/3. So there might be slightly deeper moves, but it seems like the general environment for it's going like the way it would want, which is weird. Anyway, so you imagine to hold this horizontal within this upper sloping channel, which you can see is valid on this time frame. Oops, I didn't need that. Whatever it was. Get me my indicators up. There they are. Earnings. Information there will be this will be very interesting. And price action here slipped below the center line, negative trend confirmed there. It's just managing to get through in the DMI, and you've got distribution throughout that period of this downturn, which you would expect, though not having met horizontal. I would suggest that is not hodlers, but perhaps people trying to manage their positions with risk as towards approaching this particular day. So price action has come back from 170 ahead of earnings, which is a percentage move so far of 6.67. That's not all that drastic or dramatic. Holding support ahead of earnings like this, that's interesting to see what happens. Personally, I expect it to be quite good comparative to recent years. So we'll see what happens, though. I mean, most people will be flat, and as such, the same people I was speaking about earlier that are managing positions around, dates with regards to expiry of contracts and max pain. Then a similar logic going on here with people trying to go flat over a period of unmanageable risk, the unknown that's presented by this sort of date. Is upside down land renegade red squirrel. Mr. Renegade. Mr. Renegade. So that's what we're looking at. Momentum. Not really got it with you yet. Look for slightly better tests of this area potentially. I had a number of entries on Rolls Royce recently that gave like percentage moves. No, not suitable to everybody. And this thing, right, you're looking at it, really you want it to be back above 176. And when it is, then you've got a potential for either continuation within a bullish channel or something even better, because you've got, like there's the guts of a W. Be interested in checking it out for harmonics and potential entries as well. Homework goes depends on which way you look at it. That's a good point. That's a good point. Or his lost jar at that particular moment in time. What was the other things? Tesla down 7% today. Fucking fantastic. Where are my drawings? Why do I not? Do I have a different chart here with all of this? No. Old charts for all our things. This one looks okay, so we'll stick with it and see. Downtrend. This is a heavy amount of distribution in this leg of the trend, supported by extreme amounts of negative strength in the DMI, all while price action has been restrained within the bearish control zone. So like heavy amounts of distribution, heavy, like historically large amounts of distribution, equal to when it peaked out here as called by myself, right? I said it was going to 1,250 when it was here at 750. I said when it got there, you should get the fuck out of it. I noticed that big YouTubers who covered AMC were all long on it at the time. Totally got it wrong, because they're shit at TA, and they're shit at trading, and they're shit at what they do, and their ethics are fucked, and it's a fucking joke. And anyway, so here's looking at you, fucking bastards. And then there was this formation. It was accumulation. Price action came back up, failed to break its previous high, got to 786. Retracement. Oh, it was a bullish move, but not enough. And then broke its low that it put in there at 893, and it's on its way down to $450 eventually. Though you can see we're in another positive accumulation formation, despite the fact that we've faced a lot of distribution. Right, there will be a move at the end of this. I expect it'll be weak, pathetic, and not manage to break important horizontals. So, but you've just broken this important horizontal right now. So do I expect that it does? I wouldn't say that's particularly bullish. You can see the top side of this is also previous bad murder that's solved, and these are the ones that I think are most relevant and interesting. Short-term time frames. Oh yes, Coco. You got everything, and the walk, and the food, and the everything, and the tension, and we nap, and the banana. We'll have a little chat and a walk in a minute then. And so so this will come back, and there's like implied moves off it and whatnot. I mean, there's your supply line, and there's like, this is like, you can't say it's not relevant. It is. This is all one large formation. This is all one large formation, cookie. And you can see that since this peak, there's been very, very little accumulation, right? Only the people who were like, oh my goodness, I've heard about Tesla. Like, for some reason, they hadn't heard about it before and didn't think it was. Anyway, and Elon Musk was saying on Twitter and everything. Anyway, so for whatever reason, some people bought it up there. I don't know why. But, they always are them. Anyway, so demand line. Implied move? Possibly. Right. I'm not even fucking interested. I'm not interested in that, actually. Just not interested in that bollocks. And we're on a 1 hour time frame too, so fuck that, right? Right, I'll go back here as well, too. Go back here and say, look, there. Whew. Okay, that kind of is okay now. That's okay to talk about. Look at the RSI. So you're in the bearish control zone here significantly on the 4 hour time frame. The strength of that trend shite. We've already the distribution here bonkers. Oh, jeez. You've met a horizontal that's interesting and then gone through it like it was Pipamashi. You've met a downward sloping demand line. You're off the horizontal by some way at 727. Another $20 plus to come off this, and it continued down. What is it like after hours? 755. Oh, right, you're right, Bruley. It's fucking down a big chunk after hours. You spotted it. Interesting. But SPY, on the other hand, do I have it on these? I do have it here. Yes. Look, got everything here. This doesn't look positive. There's a touch of divergence, right? And we all love a little touch of divergence on QQQ. It's fucking, if you also got higher low on SPY, right? So if SPY doesn't go down, the trade would be QQQ. It's highly leveraged and much more reactive and volatile than SPY. And if you're actually trading SPY, why are you trading SPY? So fucking boring. Fucking hell, man. Honestly. It's fucking what? But also, yeah, I mean, you can have just long-term, non-think about it stuff and whatnot. But, God. Oh, and the conversations about it. Like, though we can make them interesting. We can make them interesting. Wow, we can do all sorts of crazy ass shit. So that's what we looked at. It was good. I had a good time. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? Did we all have a good time? Did we? Good. Well, happy. Oh, I'm happy. Get off my screen, you stupid installer. I don't know fucking what? Install? No. No install. No. Idiot. Pardon me. What do you like? Try to install here and you're out. So was that good? Was that good? Way too good. Was that what we're talking about? Oh no, who will ban me? Oh shit. Well, I'm going to get banned. Someone's going to get banned. Toodles, bye. What was I get you all spoiled out here having a good time? Are you? Good. It's not being spoiled having a good time. That's not being spoiled. That's great to hear. here. So, yeah, that's it. Remember, today's Wednesday, which means tomorrow is Thursday, which is obviously good news because it's only one more day. That's very good. Thanks. Thanks very much. Thank you, James. QQQ back to 341 tomorrow. Oh, no. Wait, you mean wait, it's back to 341 up there. 341, yeah. Not bad. Maybe that's a little 350 is high. Maybe one day that'd be a bit much. Depends what you're saying. Spy, Brew Leaves talking about there as well. Does that mean they come back up? Test through 427? Possibly, right? Above that, you're looking at 438, and that's not a level really. It's up at 444, really. Right, that's what you're actually looking for, right? You're looking for this sort of zone here. So, on the Spy, and even then, right, it's just going to meet this. It's just going to meet this. Hi. Nice to meet you. Badoosh. Sorry, I was dreaming. Don't dream too much. Nobody is Thursday. No, yeah, that's right. Today's Thursday. So later on today, we've got more brilliant stuff.